The first rumble came like distant thunder, a deep, throaty growl that shook the asphalt on Route 12. It started as a faint whisper on the horizon, then built into that classic American symphony, the unmistakable roar of a Harley-Davidson V-twin tearing through the Montana twilight in Pine Ridge, where the mountains loomed like silent guardians over faded dreams. To tourists passing through, it was just some local flavor, a slice of rugged Americana. To the folks who lived here, it was nothing more than another Tuesday evening. But to the regulars at Veterans Corner, that sound carried weight. It was history rolling in at 60 miles an hour. The neon sign out front flickered like it was on its last leg, splashing red and blue pulses across the gravel lot. The V in Veterans had been burnt out for 3 years now, but no one fixed it. It had become part of the bar's soul, like the bullet holes scarring the western wall from that wild night back in '97, or the patchwork of unit patches stapled to the ceiling beams, each one a quiet testament to battles fought and brothers lost. Inside, the jukebox was spinning Creedence Clearwater Revival's Fortunate Son for the third time that night. No one minded. Some songs just earned their spot on repeat. Behind the scarred oak bar, Catherine Kate Reynolds wiped glasses with the kind of precision that came from muscle memory, like stripping down a rifle in the field. At 35, her face held a quiet intensity that didn't quite fit this backwater dive. Too sharp, too watchful for a forgotten corner of Montana. Her dark hair was pulled back in a no-nonsense ponytail, showing off a small scar along her right jawline, like an artist's forgotten stroke. The regulars knew better than to ask about it. They also steered clear of prying into her days with the 5th Special Forces Group, or how the daughter of Pine Ridge's old sheriff ended up slinging drinks instead of wearing the badge. Some stories weren't for small talk. She set another clean glass on the shelf just as headlights swept the Windowsa truck pulling in. Kate's eyes tracked it automatically, old habits from deployments that never faded. Entries, exits, potential threats. "He's late tonight," grumbled old Hank from his corner stool, nursing his usual. Kate didn't need to ask who. Tuesdays at 8:15 sharp, James Ironhorse Harrison parked his beat-up Ford in the same spot, walked 17 steps to the door, and ordered one shot of Maker's Mark that he'd sip for exactly 47 minutes. The only guy she'd ever met more regimented than her dad. Roads might be slick from the rain, Kate said, though they both knew a little drizzle wouldn't slow Harrison down. He'd driven through worse, far worse. The door creaked open, carrying in the scent of pine and wet earth. The man who stepped through moved with the deliberate care of age, hiding what used to be effortless grace. At 72, James Harrison stood straight as a rifle barrel, his 6-foot frame weathered but unbroken. Silver hair cropped in a military high and tight that hadn't changed since the Carter days. He wore that same faded leather jacket every time, decorated with 3 badges that spoke volumes, a Ranger tab over his heart, a purple heart below it, and dead center, a silver star that gleamed in the dim light like a half-forgotten vow. The room shifted when he entered. Conversations dipped, postures straightened. Even the guys who'd never served sensed it, that aura of quiet command clinging to him like old gunpowder. "Evening, Iron Horse," Kate said, already pouring his drink. "Kate," he nodded, voice like gravel under boots. "Quiet night so far." She slid the whiskey over. "But it's early yet." His weathered hand wrapped around the glass, fingers crooked from breaks that never set right. Those steel gray eyes scanned the room once, quick, thorough, before he claimed his spot at the bar's center, where he could watch the front door and the back exit in the mirror behind the bottles. Kate never asked why he picked that seat. She knew. Same reason she kept a Beretta M9 tucked under the bar, why she'd memorized every regular's face. Some instincts you couldn't shake. "You're favoring your left side," Harrison noted after his first sip, voice low. Kate rolled her shoulder without thinking. "Old wounds complain when rain's coming." He nodded. He got it better than most. Barometric pressured a body, remembering what the mind tried to bury. They'd shared that silent bond before. Her shrapnel from Afghanistan, his Soviet 7.62 round through the thigh in Panama '89. Different wars, same scars. "Thought I might have company tonight," Harrison said after a pause, staring into some invisible distance. "It's an anniversary of sorts." Kate didn't push. Harrison shared when he wanted, or not at all. That was their rhythm, respect for the gaps where real stories hid. The jukebox flipped to Lynyrd Skynyrd's Simple Man, and his fingers tapped along, wedding ring clicking softly against the wood still worn 20 years after his wife's passing. Panama, he said finally. 34 years ago today. Operation Just Cause. His voice dropped, though there wasn't much justice in it, when you got down to it. Kate nodded, sensing the crack in his armor. Harrison rarely talked Rangers, never Panama. Whatever went down there had hollowed him out, leaving a void he'd filled with whiskey and quiet. The 75th? She asked, knowing his unit. 2nd Battalion. His eyes stayed on the mirror, watching the door. We dropped into Torrijos' international textbook Halo insertion. Turned out, nothing textbook after that. He sipped slow. Mission was clear. Secure the airfield, neutralize PDF forces, minimal civilian casualties. But missions change once boots hit ground. Kate wiped the bar in slow circles, giving him room to breathe or back off. Unexpected resistance, he continued, grip tightening on the glass. Fire from positions not in our intel. Comms jammed. Order came to pull back, regroup standard. Then quieter. But I got word of a Delta team pinned down 2 clicks east. Off mission. Command said maintain withdrawal. Kate heard the unsaid. But you didn't. His mouth thinned. 8 men surrounded. No exfil. Some orders begged to be broken. He met her eyes in the mirror. Silence stretched, thick as old leather. Then the rumble hit not one bike, but a pack, engines snarling like angry beasts. Harrison's posture shifted just a hair, right hand edging toward his jacket pocket where Kate knew he kept a Smith & Wesson .38 Chiefs special, not exactly legal with whiskey, but Pine Ridge's sheriff turned a blind eye for certain vets. Black serpents, Kate murmured, recognizing the tone. Victor Crane and his boys. Harrison's face stayed stone, but his eyes went cold. How many? 6, 7 from the sound. The door slammed open hard, and the air in the bar turned thick, like congealing blood. Victor Crane strode in first 6'2" of prison-built muscle and pure menace. At 45, his face was a map of bad roads. Crooked nose, scar splitting his eyebrow, eyes that saw violence as the default. 5 more followed, black snake patches on crimson fields, coiled to strike. They swaggered in sync, men used to fear paving their way. Crane scanned the room slow, like a wolf picking prey, then locked on Harrison. Recognition hit, then a smile that didn't touch those dead eyes. Well, damn, he drawled, stalking closer. If it ain't the legendary Sergeant Harrison, the Army's prized turncoat. Harrison didn't flinch, didn't turn. Just sipped his whiskey, meeting Crane's gaze in the mirror like he was beneath notice. Kate straightened, hands flat on the bar. Evening, Victor. What'll it be for you boys? Crane ignored her, circling Harrison. My old man talked about you plenty in Leavenworth. Had 20 years to spit how you sold him out. Put him away on your word. Harrison turned then, slow as a bolt cycling. Your father ran guns to cartel killers, Crane. American soldiers died from those weapons. He did it to himself. The room chilled 10 degrees. Patrons edged toward exits. Only Hank stayed put, eyes sharpening. Crane leaned in close, breath hot. That's not his story. Said you were in on the payoffs, then got cold feet. Turned state's evidence to save your ass. Harrison's face didn't change, but Kate saw his trigger finger straighten a vet's tell, body gearing for fight. Your father lied as much as he stole, Harrison said even. Court records are public. Maybe read him sometime. One of Crane's crew barked a laugh, cut short by a glare. Brave talk from an old-timer. Crane growled, eyes on the silver star. What did they give you that tin for, following orders or breaking him? Harrison stayed silent, but something primal stirred in his gaze. Crane lunged, fingers snatching the metal. Maybe I'll take it, since Dad paid the price for your heroism. It happened fast, witnesses later argued the details. Crane grabbing, Kate vaulting the bar, locking his arm in a flawless Kimura hold, joints screaming at the edge of breaking. That stays put, she said, voice eyes quiet. And you're apologizing to the sergeant. The bar froze. Crane's men tensed, hands dipping for weapons, but Kate twisted just enough. Crane gasped. Easy now, she added, casual as chatting weather. Your rotator cuffs, 3 pounds from tearing. I've got medical training, I know the line. You crazy bitch, Crane hissed through teeth. Know who we are. Black Serpents MC, Kate recited calm. Split from the Pagans in 2019. running meth through 3 counties, scrapping with the outlaws. That cover it. Her intel rattled him, eyes darting, signaling stand down. Let him go, Kate, Harrison said soft. Not worth the mess. She held a beat, then released, stepping back, hands up. Crane rubbed his shoulder, fury boiling. Biggest mistake of your lives. Both of you. Harrison rose slow, suddenly filling the space like a storm front. Walk away, Victor. Your dad lost everything to one bad call. Don't follow. Crane's face twisted. Think I'm scared of a washed-up vet and his barmaid? I've got 30 brothers who'd paint this place with your guts. He yanked out a phone, venom smile. Boys, get everyone. Veteran's corner. Now. Pause. Yeah, all of them. Time for a lesson. He pocketed it, grinning wider. 20 minutes. Make peace with your God, old man. Harrison didn't blink. Made mine long ago, son. Can't say the same for you. Kate stood shoulder to shoulder with him as patrons bolted the young couple scrambling out. Only Hank lingered. Go on, Hank, Kate called. Not your fight. He shook his head. Ain't running at my age. Crane laughed ugly. Loyal. Cute. He motioned his crew. Block the exits. No one leaves till the party's here. Men moved 2 front, 2 back, one by Crane with hand on a jacket bulge. Kate's brain raced. Odds, weapons, exits. Beretta close, but firing first escalated everything. Harrison could still handle himself, lifetime of training, but against 30 bikers? Math didn't lie. Crane leaned on the bar, savoring it. While we wait, spill the real story on that medal, Harrison. But it's not the hero crap in the papers. Harrison ignored him, staring distant. Cat got your tongue? Or you ashamed of what you did? Medal speaks for itself. Kate snapped, drawing fire. Crane's smile turned cruel. Does it? My sources say different. You disobeyed orders. Got men killed with your cowboy bullshit. A jaw muscle twitched in Harrison. Crane hit bone. You don't know Jack, Harrison said low. Don't I? Crane leaned closer. December 20th, 1989, Panama City. Ordered to withdraw from Torrijos. You went east anyway, rescuing Delta. But it compromised security, cost 4 Rangers their lives. Silver Star was hush money to avoid scandal. Air thickened with unspoken violence. Kate shifted weight, ready. You weren't there? Harrison said measured. You don't judge. Maybe not, Crane mocked. But I judge what happens next. He snatched the Silver Star, pin-ripping leather. Harrison grabbed his wrist fast, but Crane twisted free, backing up with it. Give it back, Harrison said, voice a deadly calm that made Crane pause. Make me, old man. He held it up. What's this worth? Scrap silver. Then the sound hid a low thunder from all sides. Glasses rattled, bottles shook, the whole building trembled. Not Black Serpent's harsh revs, but old American iron. Vintage Harleys, dozens, engines pounding like war drums. Crane's smile cracked. His crew swapped uneasy looks. Your boys got here quick, Harrison noted mild. But Kate knew this wasn't Crane's backup. The roar swelled, vibrating floors, shaking windows. Parking lot blazed with headlights not scattered, but disciplined, like a convoy. One of Crane's men burst from the door, pale. Boss, you gotta see this. They moved to the window, Kate and Harrison careful. Outside, motorcycles everywhere, vintage beauties from the 50s panheads to 80s Evos, arranged military tight. Riders helmeted, cuts showing a patch Kate knew. Freedom Riders, MC, oldest vet club around. Jesus, Crane muttered. 60 of them. 62, Harrison corrected soft. Platoon strength with recon. Engines cut in sync, silence, more threatening than noise. One rider dismounted from a pristine 1980 FL8 shovelhead, chrome gleaming. Helmet off, mid-60s, silver beard, lean as wire. Cut red ghost above the patch. Michael Daniels. Harrison breathed. Uncertainty creeping. Ina first for Kate. Who? Crane snapped, fear edging in. Ghost Daniels, Kate said, eyes fixed. Delta legend, most decorated spec ops guy alive. Daniels strode in, presence sucking air from the room. Eyes like rifle sights swept once, locked on Harrison. Long silence. 34 years, Daniels said, baritone gravel. Been hunting you, Iron Horse. Harrison straightened. Wasn't hiding, Ghost. Bullshit. Changed records, moved 5 times in 10 years, no digital trail. Ghost smiled faint. Took favors from 3 agencies to find you. Harrison didn't deny. Had reasons. Always do. Daniels said, weary understanding. Crane tried reclaiming ground. This is cute, but our business don't concern you or your geezer gang. Daniels didn't glance. Wasn't talking to you, son. Don't son me. Crane snarled. My brothers are coming. And when Daniels turned, stare like a blade. Your brothers hit a Pike County roadblock. Anonymous tip on drugs. There. Delayed. Crane paled but rallied. This ain't over. Nobody crosses us. Son. Daniels said, pity and threat mixed. You crossed us touching that metal. He nodded at Crane's fist. Put it down before I take offense. Crane's eyes flickered, odds crumbling. He opened his hand, metal clattering. Smart. Daniels said, turning to Harrison. Long time, Iron Horse. Too long, Ghost. Kate pieced it. Harrison's silence. Isolation, the shadows when he thought no one saw. Daniels motioned door. 60 war horses out there want to shake your hand. Men who know the real story. Uncertainty crossed Harrison. I'm not who they think. They know enough Yuri why I'm breathing. He slid a faded photo. 8 Delta guys. Jungle backdrop. Harrison apart. Morning after. Last team pick. Harrison stared, raw pain flashing. You carried more than me out that jungle, Daniels said. The weight, the fallout. Alone for 34 years. Time to drop it, brother. Come home. Silence hung as Harrison wrestled ghosts. Finally, he pinned the metal back. They need the whole truth, not just hero parts. Truth's all we have left, Daniels agreed. Crane's laugh shattered it. Hand on a .38. Touching. But I can't let you walk with my rep in shreds. Kate tensed for her Beretta too far. Harrison watched Crane's finger, not the gun. Daniels didn't turn. Wouldn't what? Crane sneered. Pull it. 'Cause while you watched us, 3 of mine came through the kitchen. One's got a 1911 on your skull base. Others cover your crew. Crane's eyes darted, confirmed. Bluffing. Feel the barrel on your spine? .45 one twitch, your ceiling art. Sweat beaded, Crane's hand shook. Drop it, voice from behind, cold command. Revolver clattered. Freedom Riders disarmed the rest efficient. Smart again, Daniels said. Now, offer. Walk out. Ride to the state line. Never return to Pine Ridge. Where every vet club knows your Facino road safe. Crane nodded, jerk, hatred burning. His crew scrambled out, engines fading weak. Daniels turned. That boy's trouble. Harrison shrugged. Trouble I handle. Ghost keep me up. Then let's bury some, Daniels said, gesturing door. At the threshold, Daniels stopped, spotting a photo. Pine Ridge Sheriff's Department, 2005. Finger traced to facetol, watchful, Kate's jaw. Sheriff Thomas Reynolds. To Kate. You're Tom's daughter? Kate stiffened. Was. Daniels stared awe. Tom was in Panama with us. One of the 8 you saved, Iron Horse. Shocked silence. Kate's world tilted. Impossible. He never mentioned, memories realigned. Dad's respect for Harrison. Pushing her to work here. Night screams in Spanish. Daniels showed the photo again, her father in the back. Unmistakable. Tom coordinated exfil, Daniels said. Saved us with his Spanish at a checkpoint. Kate stared, reeling. Harrison watched over her all these years, not just friend's kid, but the man who'd saved her dad. He never told me, she whispered. Classified, Harrison said. Later, complications, politics, careers ended. Your dad escaped the fallout. Because of you, Daniels added. You took the hit. Kate connected dots. Harrison's denied benefits, discharge. That was the price. Harrison looked away. Small for doing right. Daniels gripped his shoulder. Not small. Not forgotten. To Kate. Tom wrote me every anniversary December 20th. Kate whispered, pieces clicking, Dad's somber days, whiskey stares. He was founding Freedom Rider, Charter 8. Revelation punched Kate. Straight-laced dad in an outlaw club? Explained the rough visitors, mystery trips, locked box. Why hide it? Harrison and Daniels glanced heavy. Panama wasn't just botched op, Harrison said. Things off reports. What things? Kate pressed. Daniels sighed. Later, privately. Tom protected you. We all buried parts. Until tonight, Harrison added grim. Daniels nodded. Until tonight. To Kate. Tom would have been here. Never missed till his accident 3 years back. Kate finished, words strange. Was it really an accident? Loaded looks. Take this elsewhere, Daniels said. Too many years. Harrison to Kate. Come with us. Things Tom wanted you to know. Kate hesitated. Bar duty versus burning truth. Go. Hank said first word since. I'll hold fort. She nodded, grabbed jacket, brushed Beretta, holstered it. Better safe. Harrison's eyes knew, but said nothing. Lessons passed silent. They stepped out. 62 riders snapped salute, lump in Harrison's throat. Brothers, Daniels boomed. The man we've hunted 34 years. Ranger who defied orders, saved 8 in Panama. Hand on shoulder. Carried me 4 miles through jungle fire. Risked all cause, leave no man, ain't just words. Murmur rose. 3 decades to say, thank you. Salutes precise earned. Harrison froze, then returned it slow. Honor was mine. Then and now. Kate watched, pride mixed apprehension. Knew Harrison. Hero, reluctant. But darker currents swirled. Daniels announced. Tom's daughter. Murmur shifted, surprise, concern. She doesn't know yet. Glances loaded. Know what? Kate demanded, patience thin. Harrison spoke quiet. Why Tom hid Panama. The riders, why he watched his back. Chill hit. Unrelated tonight. What reason? Harrison traced his silver star. Panama didn't stay there. Secrets don't bury forever. Eyes heavy. Tom was an accident, killed Kate. Silenced. Now they've found me. Whoever did it comes for us. Night held breath. 62 engines silent. Veterans witnessing truth unspoken. 34 years. Kate grasped. Motorcycle rumble, just prelude. Thunder before storm brewing. Decades. Centered on Silver Star, jungle fight, kill-worthy secrets. The Freedom Riders Clubhouse sat 10 miles out, converted barn on 20 acres of wild Montana. Weathered walls held 30 years of vet tales, from somber toasts to rowdy survival cheers. Tonight, overdue reunion. Vintage Harleys line drive, military neat, chrome sentry under lights. Inside, tension hummed, controlled, old soldiers in groups. Eyes on doors, bodies angled for quick response. Conversations low, commanding. Harrison's center, surrounded by saved men and legend hearers. Kate watched from edge, coffee in hand, mind spinning. Dad part of the secrets, death not accident. Daniels approached, motion, economic career operator grace. Silver beard framed, haunted eyes. Kate mirrored. Holding up. Processing. It's a lot. He nodded at Harrison. Never wanted found. Real heroes don't. Why hunt 34 years? Some deaths demand acknowledgement. Sleeve up, scar map. 7 rounds that night. Should have bled out. He carried me 4 miles, his shoulder shot. Man like that deserves knowing he mattered. Clubhouse door burst. Rider beeline. Daniels whispered, urgent. Daniels hardened. Gather. Vets snapped like old drills. Company. Black Serpents, 30 bikes on access road. Harrison shifted weight, hand near .38. So much for lines, mutter. Crane couldn't let go, Harrison said. Pride. Daniels. Lock down or meet head on. On our terms. Tall Marine patched. Agreement rippled. These men didn't wait for trouble. Formation Delta. Daniels ordered. Vets moved. Practice said no words needed. Kate watched, impressed. Perimeter set. Fields overlapping. Your dad helped design this, Daniels told her. Mixed cop smarts with our military defense without illegals. Another layer to Thomas Reynolds. Stay inside, Harrison commanded. Kate arched brow. Handled firefights, Sergeant. Afghanistan, 2 tours. This ain't that. Personal. Rumble grew aggressive, not disciplined. Black Serpents crested, headlights probing. Slowed, seeing vets line tactical. Daniels centered, Harrison right. Exil left, or vets facing posers. Crane led, pipes blaring, provocation. Killed engine 20 yards out, crew following. Silence tense. Told you it wasn't over, old man. Crane dismounted slow, eyes scanning discipline. Uncertainty flashed, arrogance returned. Private property, Daniels calm. Trespassing. Crane laughed brittle. Social call. Continue our chat. Hand on waistband, gun outline clear. Nothing left, Harrison said. Ignored warning. Warnings from fossils? Crane sneered, but crew glanced nervous, expected easy, got pros. Daniels stepped. Last chance, son. Right away. Crane darkened. Scared? Look at you old men in past. Not your world. No, Harrison quiet. But our fight. Tone pierced. Crane's bluff certainty, readiness. Crew uneasy, seeing disadvantage. Vets deployed, sectors covered, hands near weapons. Not amateur brawl, real combat vets. Should have stayed forgotten. Crane blustered less. Now pay. Reached for gun but sirens wailed. Lights flashing horizon. Daniels smiled thin. On time. Called cops. Crane spat. Sheriff, Daniels corrected. Different here. Lead car skidded. Sheriff Dawson out. Hand on holster, Stetson hard. Evening. Reports of disturbance. Explain private property trespass after town warning. Crane raged. Ain't over. Actually, Dawson cut. Victor Crane, arrested parole violation. Firearm possession. Nodded Bulge. P.O. in Billings says hi. Crew shifted as more cars arrived, deputies ready. Rest, 2 minutes to ride out county. Then checks regs, insurance, BAC. Authority broke the mounted mumbling, chaotic retreat. Deputies cuffed Crane. Dawson approached. Michael. Interesting company. Appreciate response. Tom mentored me. Pay debts. To Harrison. Sergeant, long time. Sheriff. To Kate. Softer. Your dad would have orchestrated this. Kate. You knew about dad this. Some. Tom compartmentalized. Glanced riders. Enough to answer call. Post-departure. Vets held till taillights gone. All clear. Daniels. Too easy. Harrison. Overconfident. But contingencies. Inside. Mood combat sharp. Full briefing. Daniels led to back room. Kate earns it. Room Spartan. Table. Maps. Photos. Locked ammo box. 7 seniors joined. Briefing military. Operation Ghost Walker. Panama. 89 unofficial. Projector. Topo map. Recon photos. Jungle compound. Just cause official remove Noriega. But concurrent ops off books. Photos. Facility storing evidence linking U.S. officials to Noriega drugs docs. Tapes. Ledgers. Our Delta unit tasked destroy. But intel wrong ambush. Comms jammed. Exfil denied. Command wrote us off. Harrison quiet. That's when I went rogue. Daniels. Saved us, but exposed corruption. Hargrove then colonel. Now secretary nominee orchestrated for profit. Evidence split. 8 WASIS survivors hold pieces. Kate. Dad's death. Hargrove eliminating threats before nomination. Box opened. Files. Tapes. We deliver to feds end him. But alarm mercenaries hit clubhouse. Chaos. Gunfire. Riders down. Scatter protocol. Harrison. Kate. Dawson grab packages split. Dawson Helena U.S. Attorney. Kate Billings FBI. Harrison D.C. Pentagon. Chase. Harrison/Kate on Sportster, Forest Trails. Harrison diverts. Wounded but buys time. Kate evades. Injured. Regroup cabin. Updates. Siege by Blackwood. Hargrove's enforcer. Kate arrives chased. Uses dad sat phone FBI HRT extracts. Crane surrenders info. Hargrove arrested. Month later, Pentagon ceremony. Harrison honored. 2nd Silver Star. Thomas's letter. Praise. Legacy to Kate. Ride for honor. Hundreds escort. At Lincoln Memorial. Salute fallen. Harrison P. Struth 1. What do you think? Should soldiers always follow orders, even if it means leaving brothers behind? Would you disobey for what's right, knowing it could cost everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if this story gripped you, and subscribe for more tales of real heroism and hidden truths. What's your take on justice delayed? Does it make it sweeter, or just more bitter?